What's going on, YouTube? Lasagna here, back with another episode of Road to 2000. I believe we're on episode 21 now, and I'm at 1655 after a couple tragic losses in last episode. And I'm feeling good. We're coming off of a long weekend here, so nice and refreshed, ready to get into some 10-minute chess. And we're getting the Alpen. What do I play against the Alpen? I kind of forget it. I think it's the d5. Yeah, d5 immediately. And then, okay, he pushes. So in this one, I think I usually go bishop c5 and play it kind of like almost like a Caro Kann. Because sometimes in Caro Kann, you go like c6 and then c5. And so it's kind of like an advanced variation of the Caro Kann, but I think I might be up a tempo. Okay, what do we do here? I think we just probably develop the knight. And I'm not super familiar with this line, but hopefully he isn't either. It's kind of the idea. I think we're okay to trade the bishops here. We have our pawns on the light squares here, so we already have decent light square control, so I think we can give up that bishop. And I'm thinking putting my knight... well, this drops the pawn. Maybe I should take first. And then play knight e7, knight g to e7. And probably just knight f5. Just put some pressure on this pawn, maybe queen b6 as well. I think I'm gonna go here. And castles, I think. Seems like a natural move. And I think my long-term plan is to put pressure on this pawn. So let's go queen b6 and do that. So now we have 3 attackers and he's got 3 defenders. I think we could just continue improving here. Are we worried about like this move? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna go rook ac8 for now. Maybe just bring the other rook. I mean, f6 is probably a move as well to chip away at the pawn center. So maybe let's take a moment and consider that. So f6, if he takes, we probably take with the bishop, adding even more pressure here. And if he doesn't take, well, then we'll have 1, 2 attackers here. But I don't think we ever really want to take, because then he can take and open this up. I think I am still going to play it, though. Because I think maybe we can snap this bishop, potentially. Because, okay, he does take. I didn't think this one was very good, though, because now... we pretty much have maximum pressure here, although it is just defended. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. But his queen is the 3rd defender, if that makes sense. So if we follow the line, it's takes, 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 takes. Okay, he goes knight b5. I mean, I could just kick him back. I don't really see what that move does. Oh, I guess he's trying to get in here. If we go here, it does just fork these two. There's also this idea at some moment, like bringing this to this square. That looks pretty strong. I think I am just going to go here first, kind of take away his plan of... Well, I guess that wasn't even really an idea because, you know, my knight defended that square, but I still think this is a decent move, just forking these two. Okay, now we could play this move. Or we could take the pawn, takes, rook a1. Okay, I'm gonna start here. Just kick the knight. Oh yeah, now this is protected though, so that my idea doesn't work. Well, I don't think I'm winning that pawn, so I'm gonna drop my knight back and maybe look at some of these squares. This square looks nice because it like teams up with the rook potentially. Although it is quite well defended here. Okay. Yeah, so he's attacking the pawn. If I go here and he goes here, that looks like a problem. Here, takes. Yeah, I feel like I've kind of messed something up here. This move looks lame. But I don't really see a whole lot else I can do. Guess we take with the rook. Okay, that doesn't threaten anything. I just gotta move a bit faster. Maybe he wants like this. But I think that just gets parried pretty easily with like h6. And we're down like 5 minutes on the clock again. Classic lasagna style here. Here he has knight here, although... Oh wait, this is hanging as well though. Uh-oh. Are we lost? Yikes. I think we lost the game. Oh, I just didn't see it was a double attack. Yeah, I think I'm just getting mated. I'm gonna resign that one. So GG's to, oh, I never said his name. Yeva Fokina from Czech Republic, Czechia. So yeah, let's take a look at the game analysis. So in that game, Yeva played with a 73.5, I played with a 65.1. And yeah, I just made a couple mistakes in the middle game there that cost me. So I think this is all pretty standard, like Caro Kann kind of stuff, where I think black's plan is to put pressure on this pawn, although I never found a way to win the pawn, so I'll be interested to see what the right idea here was. So trading the bishops is fine, I know that much. Okay, taking is not correct. I'm supposed to just go rook c8 or knight g7. Can't he take, though? It says knight g6, and I guess I'm probably winning this back. What about if here? Oh, if here I just take this one? Yeah, and this is fine for me. Okay, noted. But I didn't do that. I took here instead, just so I could play this move without having to worry about my pawn hanging. And white's just got a slight advantage here, but it's pretty balanced. He goes knight c3. And yeah, the knight's really strong on this square. I go bishop e7. And some of you guys might have thought taking the bishop's a good idea, but usually it's not the best, because now white has the f file and his like this isn't a weakness anymore, and this one's a lot harder to access. So I think refraining from taking the bishop is usually the play here. So we castle, and we get this position, and ooh, he had knight takes the pawn, or takes this one. Knight takes d5. Oh, yeah, that's fun. Takes, and my knight's hanging here. Yeah, so I just hung a pawn with queen b6. That's interesting. But he doesn't see it, and he goes rook a b1. I go rook a c1. Same idea here. The reason this is a mistake is because this move still works. Still works, so that's why all these moves are getting yelled at by the engine. But now we're in this position, and now we're just slightly better. We're forking the queen and the pawn here, and we have lots of pressure on the center. And what was best here? Knight takes e3. Okay, now I'm supposed to take the bishop. Yeah, because he can't take with the queen, so he's got to take with the f pawn. And now it says to take the pawn, rook a1, go back. Can't he take here, though? It says rook c2. Yeah, okay. And I'm just getting very active. Interesting. But we didn't do that. We just played a3 instead. He goes back. And yeah, my knight was well placed on f5, and there was no need for me to do this. And now he just gets to put some pressure on this pawn, which is a little bit uncomfortable. And after takes, I just thought this was a bit of an empty move. Like I was like, oh, queen h5, I'll just play like h6 or rook h6, but I kind of missed that it's a double attack here on the rook and checkmate. So that's a huge blunder, and we lost the game. So yeah, we'll play one more here because that was a short one. All right, game 2 against Wart Dog. I like that name. Whoa, look at his profile picture. Some mafia boss, Wart Man. Let's go c5 here. Play the Sicilian. And man, 3 games lost in a row. I'm slowing down. I gotta do more puzzles or something and try to get this train moving back in the right direction. Okay, I think this is some sort of Marozzi bind. Kind of structure. Usually these pawns are traded in the Marozzi bind. Yeah, like this. Okay, I think I remember learning a line here, but I don't really remember exactly what it is. I think I'm supposed to take the knight. And the idea here is Yeah, we just want the queen in the center because eventually we'll win a tempo and we can, you know, threaten some discoveries and stuff. So let's go here, just making sure I'm not blundering anything with the pin here. But the pin works both ways, so I think we're good. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, guys. Helps me grow the channel. Okay, we get bishop e2. I'm going to castle. And now we have this threat. So the idea is that he has to waste a tempo. Ooh, he doesn't even move the queen, though. So now knight g4 looks good, because I think it carries a positional idea of getting the dark squared bishop here. So now we're going to have the bishop pair, which is going to be very strong, I think, in the middle game. So I think we are better. I don't know how much better, but I think we're better. Queen c7, queen a5. I don't like this being lined up here. I like my pawn being more mobile here, so. I mean, taking, nah, that's dumb. Queen b6, nah, I don't like the doubled pawns. I think queen a5 does make sense. Yeah, let's try it. He's probably aiming for this move at some point, which will attack my pawn and just give him a nice outpost in the center. So I have to be careful for that move. Queen a5, I don't know exactly what it does. It kind of dissuades a couple of the pawn pushes, and I also just wanted to get the queen off of this line, and you know, if I play queen c7, I kind of want to put my rook here to pressure down the file, not the queen, so that's why I chose queen a5, if anybody's curious. Okay, so if we go here, and he goes here, yeah, we can't really take in that, well, obviously we can't take because the knight's there. So I think first I actually want to play rook e8. Just so that this is never a threat. That move looks, I get it, he's trying to cut off my bishop scope, but now this bishop's even stronger. Wondering if there's any tactics, because if either of these pieces weren't defending the knight, then there'd be a free pony there. I guess there's takes, and takes. But is that worth my dark squared bishop? Seems, I don't know. It might be. I'd be left with one bishop that kind of just sucks, is the issue. Yeah, I don't know if I think it's a little early for that. I'm gonna go a6 here. Just, to be honest, I'm just kind of waiting a little bit. I don't know exactly what I want to do here. And takes away this square. Maybe I want to go b5 at some point in the future. Also, the queen was looking at this pawn, so now I think playing this move makes sense. Okay. Now I could argue that he's wasted time, and now I could play this move. You know what? Let's go for it. A pawn's a pawn's a pawn. It seems dumb, because I was just praising my dark squared bishop in this position and how good it is, but... Oh wait, he can take with the queen. I'm so dumb. Okay, well now this just looks very drawish. Shoot, man. Okay, well let's keep queens on the board. Let's keep it interesting. Oh, my position is bad now with this huge dark squared weakness. I mean, the good news is he doesn't really have any, like, if he had like a knight on f3 and he could like jump here and start harassing the dark squares, or like a dark square bishop, this would be a lot worse, but I think we're somewhat okay, but I definitely gave away my advantage. I thought I was getting a pawn with this, with the trade. But I must say, I am happy to see an opponent that's actually like thinking about his moves. King to f1. Maybe he's just trying to get out of this. I could trade my light squared bishop, which is kind of bad. I mean, it does just invite f3. I think I'm just going to go here for now, though. Also, my rook on e8's done its job now, because the knight's no longer threatening to come in here. Okay. I think it's time to stack, probably. Just stack the rooks. I could see the c-file opening up at some point, so I think that's the spot to be. And I'm trying to think like what white's plan is here. I'd be maybe considering moves like bishop f3 to try to create some scope this way, maybe this move as well to contest my plans on the c-file. We do get bishop f3. I think I'm gonna go here. Yeah, he's preventing b5, which makes sense. So here, takes. I could just sack the house here, like here, takes, take. He can't actually take back though, so I don't think this prevents b5. Yeah, because he can't take because of the pin. So it doesn't actually prevent b5. Guys, hold, but we might become up on the clock here. Don't counter eggs before they hatch, but like, look, that clock is ticking. So we got unos, dos, tres, cuatro. He has unos, dos, tres, cuatro. So we're not actually threatening to take, but I think I still will because it gives our bishop some life. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello? What am I missing? Okay, I don't know what that was. Oh my, wait, there's a free rock as well. Yoink. My rock now. And we did it, folks. We did it. Oh, we broke the loss streak. It was looking tough there for a second, but we got it. So let's see how we did. All right, good games to Wart Dog. So in this game, we got a Sicilian, and I think this is like a Marozzi bind, is what you call it. With it's actually like one of the more dangerous weapons for white against the Sicilian, because they basically just clamp on this move d5, and eventually they'll probably put a knight here. So yeah, it's a good opening. There's a lot of responses to the Sicilian that you got to know. So the line I choose to play against this is taking in the center, which I don't think is the main line, but the idea is just that I want to put my bishop here, and like I said, eventually I'll castle, and this queen will be a little bit misplaced in the center. So that's what we get, and short castles is definitely a mistake. I think he has to move the queen somewhere. Engine says queen to d3. Just getting out of the way of the bishop here, because there's this positional threat of knight g4, which white doesn't want me to get the uncontested bishop here. So bit of a small mistake there from my opponent. And now we're just slightly better here, because we have the two bishops working, and we're gonna have some queenside play here. So we both play some developing moves. Rook e8 here, just because I was anticipating something like this, and you know, this would carry a pretty serious threat here if my rook was still on f8, so that's the reason behind that. Okay, b3 is actually the best move here. I thought this might have been a bit weakening of the dark square diagonal, and the knight's pretty loose here. But at least there's no like rook on a1 anymore. You know, you can imagine if the knight was pinned here to the rook, it might be a slightly more difficult position. So I go a6 here, maybe angling for b5, also just maybe taking away a square here, given the saying, hey white, what are you gonna do? So white plays rook c2, maybe looking to stack on the only open file here. Makes sense. And we take the knight here, which, okay, Engine doesn't hate it. Yeah, Engine doesn't hate it, but I hated it because it just kind of takes a bit of the life out of the position, because I think this was a big asset here. Okay, taking the queen was best, but I decided to go queen g5, just keeping the game a bit more interesting. King f1 here, just, I think he was worried about bishop h3. And then we both just play a few improving moves, and we get this position. And yeah, I think this move is kind of where he went wrong, because it runs right into b5. This move actually just encourages b5, because now he can't ignore it, because it's hitting both of the pawns here. What should he have done instead? It says queen b6. Yeah, which this move stops b5. Kind of just ties my pieces down here, so that would have been nice. But we get a4, and then I play b5, just trying to activate my bishop essentially and my rooks. And we get takes, and he stacks the rooks, and then yeah, in this position it's actually just -2. I thought he could take back with the pawn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's follow this line. Takes. Oh, eventually he's gonna have to take with the rook, and yeah, one of my attackers is a bishop, and all of his defenders are like really heavy pieces. So yeah, that's why this actually just gives us a huge advantage. But yeah, my opponent just completely blunders the game away when he takes with the rook, because I can take with check, removing the defender of this rook, and then it's game. So GG's to Wart Dog. We beat the Mafia boss there and stopped the bleeding. And we're net even on the day, 1655. So, bit of a wash, but I feel like now the momentum's back in our court, and we're going to come back next time stronger than ever. So on that note, if you liked the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and have yourselves a lovely day.